Today's matchup is a really emotional one for the Hawks as well. Not only is it their last game of the season, it's also senior day. So I sat down and talked with a couple seniors about the emotions running through their head leading up to today.
The volleyball team traveled all the way to Arkansas for a two-day tournament where they earned a 4-0 record to hopefully foreshadow the rest of their season. After a slow start and a 10-point deficit, the Hawks quickly recovered to defeat Cameron University 3-0 in the first match. The Hawks dropped the opener of the Classic 65-57 to Winona State. Hawks got off to a slow start after 2 turnovers, leaving room for Winona State to grab an early lead. Michaela Gronwald's three-pointers kept the Hawks in the game and closed the gap to 2 points in the second quarter, but the Warriors answered with a 7-0 run. Senior linebacker Cody Leonard has been named second-team All-American by the American Football Coaches Association, the only member of the GLVC to earn this honor by the AFCA.
Sitting at 5th place in the GLVC with a 1-1 conference record. Hawks really need this win to help them achieve their goals for the season. I talked to a couple players about their goals for the fall and pretty much conference championship.
The men's and women's basketball team will host University of Wisconsin Parkside. The women's game begins at 5:15 p.m. and the men's game will follow shortly after. Also, in between the games, see what being a Hawk fan for 7 decades will get you.
The women's basketball team hosted another GLVC matchup last week where Rockhurst entered their 3-game win streak. The lead changed back and forth in the first half until Michaela Gronwald drained 3 three-pointers to put the Hawks up 39-28 to end the half. The Hawks were unable to hold this lead and Rockhurst took over. Maddie Spagnola led the team with 20 points while 3-point specialist Michaela Gronwald closely followed with 15 in the Hawks' 74-67 loss to Rockhurst.
As you can see, the courts behind me are not in use at this time, but they will be on October 18th during the JV tennis team's first practice. Head coach Mark Sherry is giving each player enough time to set up their NCAA eligibility and pay necessary fees.
The men's golf team competed at the Parkside Spring Invitational last Sunday and Monday. The team shot .317 in the first round and .310 in the second. Kyle Sachs led the team with a tournament score of 152. While leaving your mark is something most senior athletes hope to do before they leave, one football player left his on the record book as well. Cody Leonard broke the record at QU for solo tackles in a single career after their game against University of Indianapolis back in October, just halfway through his senior season. He bested the previous record of 187 solo tackles that hasn't been touched since the late 90s. Leonard broke 4 records at QU, including total tackles in a career, solo tackles in a career, solo tackles in a single season, and broke the record at QU and the GLVC for tackles in a single season. The QU baseball team has had much success over the past 4 years. They take advantage of their off-season and the cold weather by practicing indoors to better prepare themselves for the season. They're currently ranked second in the West Division of the GLVC and are looking to make a reappearance at regionals and hopefully find their way back to the College World Series.
I'm here at the Quincy University baseball field where the team is preparing for their upcoming game with William Jewell. The team has found much success in the past few years under head coach Raby, but one player in particular has really pushed them forward.
Senior Bryn Martinez came into the program as a freshman. He's been a reliable player for the team ever since, starting in all 56 games his freshman year at shortstop and continuing to keep his starting spot throughout his career. Martinez came into the program with personal goals that quickly changed after he got to know the team.
It slowly changed to where, I was getting involved with the guys. We started doing, Bible studies together and things like that, winning big games, winning tournaments and stuff. So it started to become a family right away for me. So like the selfish goals and like the personal goals kind of changed a little bit to where it was just like, I want to grow with these guys. I want to win with these guys and just make those memories.
Martinez's mindset was changed throughout his first year in the program. Head coach Raby looks more closely at stats that are helping the team than personal batting averages. After Martinez knew the right way to play, it was easier to find success with his teammates. Head coach Josh Raby believes that the difference between a good team and a great team is chemistry, and that is something Martinez added to the team early on.
Brent's been a tremendous asset for Quincy University, both on and off the field. He's a good member of our community. I believe he's runs the FCA chapter here at Quincy University, also leads our baseball Bible study, and on the field he's been an all-conference player for us, tremendous leader.
The past 4 years of ample playing time, Martinez has been able to rack up his stats, earning second-team All-GLVC honors his freshman and sophomore year, along with first-team All-Region honors and a ring from the team's first-ever NCAA Division II College World Series.
Looking back to, the things I've accomplished in the freshman year and everything like that, it feels good. I wouldn't lie, it does feel good. Coming in as a freshman and having the trust level that the team and the coaches had in me, and being able to perform, up to what they were trying to get me to do.
Martinez is one of the most successful players the program has ever seen. He is a great example of why team chemistry is crucial to succeed.
As we know, too, from being Quincy Hawk fans, there's not a lot of seniors there in that lineup either.
Annika Webster was a solo senior on the women's basketball team during their 2017-2018 season. Webster came into the program as the only one in her freshman class. She continued to be the only player her age throughout her career. In 4 years, she's only seen 2 teammates transfer out of the program. After last season, 7 of Webster's teammates decided to leave.
I think it's just kind of crazy because everybody has their own personal reasons. And so it was different for me to see it in the basketball team, because normally I feel like you hear about football transfers a lot or baseball, but nothing really that close to home I feel like for basketball, so that was definitely something new for me.
The loss of key players hasn't put a damper on head coach Garber's outlook on her team. She continues to focus on the positives that this odd situation created.
I always think it's good to start fresh. I really feel like this is a rebuilding year for us a little bit, but at the same time, I am excited about what we have returning and the prospects that we have coming in.
In previous years, Coach Garber has been cautious with even in the number of freshmen and transfer recruits. Last season's freshman class was the largest one that Coach Garber has ever coached. While there seems to be a correlation with that large number of freshman players, the growing transfer trend goes beyond even QU. The trend of women basketball players transferring has been slowly increasing over the past 10 years. The trend is consistent throughout many other NCAA sports. Coach Garber believes it is a trend that she will continue to see and use to her advantage.
I think it's very normal for people to leave, and I don't think it should be anything that's looked down upon or looked upon as a bad thing towards the coach at all.
While building a powerful team is one of Coach Garber's priorities, satisfying personal needs is a priority for the transferring players.
Welcome back. When one door closes, another one opens.
And that is the recurring theme in Hawks sports right now. Now, Anna Konczak joins us now with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Adam. You know, a lot of team seasons are coming to an end. But first, the women's soccer team ended their season last Sunday, but the Great Lakes Valley Conference isn't done with them just yet. The conference recently announced their postseason honors, and the Hawks were all over it. Forward Lauren Crane was named GLVC Freshman Player of the Year, along with Rockhurst midfielder McKenna Leach. This marks the second time in league history that 2 freshmen were chosen for this honor. Quincy also tallied up the most conference selections, with 6 players named to that list. Abby Pulliam earned first team, Maddie Bauer earned second, Lauren Crane earned third team, along with Gabby Orlando, Mo Rooney, and Alex Severino. The football team grabbed their 3rd win of the season last Saturday. The Hawks defeated William Jewell 23-17 after a powerful second half. Andrew Runn went 14 for 25 with a season high of 203 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Sharon Boyd had 13 rushes for 45 yards, and Cody Leonard had 16 total tackles. The team returns home for Senior Day November 10th. Tune into QU Game Day on the GLVC Sports Network before the game for insight into the matchup. The women's volleyball team lost in 3 straight sets to Lewis University last Friday. Kaylee Mueller put up 6 kills, 1 ace, and 2 blocks in the Hawks' 3-0 loss to the Flyers. The Hawks reached the end of their regular season on Saturday with a loss to Indianapolis. The Greyhounds took advantage early in the match, and the Hawks were unable to recover in their 3-0 loss. Sarah Brown led the team with 9 kills and 1 block. The Greyhounds will go on to face Rockhurst University tonight in the first round of the GLVC Championship Tournament. The women's basketball team opened up their season this past weekend with an exhibition game against Bradley University. The Hawks battled hard through a strong first half, but were unable to carry the momentum over into the second. Alexa Lowe and Taylor Hickey led the team with 10 points each in their 91-62 loss to the Braves. Women's basketball finished out their weekend on the road with another exhibition game with Illinois State University. The Hawks lost to the Redbirds 82-55. Taylor Hickey led the team again, this time with 11 points. USA Gymnastics may lose its status as the nation's governing body for the sport. The organization is still struggling to get back on its feet after the sex abuse scandal involving Larry Nassar. The U.S. Olympic Committee CEO, Sarah Hirschland, sent a letter to the gymnastics community Monday. She offered USA Gymnastics to voluntarily surrender its status, saying it's unlikely to overcome its current challenges. Nassar is serving a life sentence for abusing young athletes under the guise of medical treatment for years. The scandal rattled USA Gymnastics, and the organization has lost 2 presidents in recent months. And that's a wrap for sports.